Oh, good morning, everybody.
Yeah, I don't have a chain breaker though. Happy broke it.
No.
Thrashing. Right there. Thrashing for no reason. Day 2.
Happy
Look,
broke it.
the cart that won Masters being all torn apart for no reason again. Just can't leave shit alone. Happy just spilled my drink all over the damn place. Almost killed my sandwich. This is a disaster.
It's a disaster.
This morning is a disaster.
Here.
Found a couple issues with Justin's cart. Brake rotor was dragging. Now it's fixed. Oh, Dylan was fast all day yesterday. Just had bad luck.
Yeah,
Myself, it was a pretty good day.
Still turn 1.
Put it on pole. P3. I was way faster than Ryan, but you know I couldn't pass him.
So we'll find.
And then turn 1, I went for a wild ride. So I'm just glad nobody got hurt. Nobody flipped the cart. I just didn't know how high I got.
Yes.
So super excited, super ready. Thanks for watching, guys.
Which one?
Let's get after it. Short day, warm up,
Yeah,
straight to final, 16 lap race. I'm pretty sore, pretty beat up, but nothing matters until finals. Starting P7. Let's see if we can work our way up. All right, for warm up, I basically just took what Will's cart setup was for Heat 2 and just threw it in my cart. That setup worked perfectly. I was not trying to let James or Tim pass. The first couple laps, the car was just really hard to drive. It's just on the edge. It's just way too loose. So it took a couple laps. I had to back up a lot of corners, but then when the cart came in, it just took off and flew like a bandit. Here, you know, they get slowed up a little bit, but then my cart starts coming in. I get right behind James, and from here on out, I knew the cart was just on rails. It felt amazing. The best the cart has felt since I've gotten in it, even though I've only done the total of like 3 or 4 sessions. But this was the setup I was looking for. This is exactly the feel I was looking for. The rubber on track had just started to come in, so we were actually starting getting grip on the track, and the cart was still just a little too free. So it was right on that verge of where it needed to be, but it was starting to feel really good, and I knew this was going to be the setup I needed for the finals. Ron was really quick. Through every session he was really fast, so starting in the back with him, I knew I had a good drafting partner, hopefully, and we can get through the field and give it a shot to race with the leaders. As long as we don't let the leaders get out too far ahead, it wouldn't be that big of an issue. But since this is a drafting track, if you let them get out, hook up and go, it makes a big difference. But from here on out, basically the cart just felt amazing. Honestly, I was super ecstatic, super happy making the move from the 20 to the 23, to be honest. It was the areas I struggled during springs is not an area that I was struggling now. So definitely a good warm-up. Didn't need all the laps. Want to save some of the tires. P2, not bad for a good start in the morning. All right, one and only warm-up in the book. Cart felt really good after lap 2. It's a real big handful. Then after lap 2, the cart starts coming in. But it's really fun to drive once it comes in. It's an enjoyable experience so far. Starting P7. You know, had good speed in the morning for practice, but that's just practice. We'll see if we have good speed this afternoon. And trying to make up some spots. The main goal is trying to finish the race and call it good from there. And wrap it up, head home, and get ready for grands. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this final. Hope I make it past turn 1. For the finals, it took 3 attempts to get going. I gave everybody plenty of space. I didn't want to be anywhere near turn 1 if there was an incident. The goal was to get as quickly as possible through the pack. Jeremy got a really good run. Then the 2 start battling side by side, and bam, I see a little gap, had a brake check, and then get going again. But then the leaders got out, and I was in no man's land. I looked behind me. Ron wasn't close enough to push me, so it was basically no man's land. And I started to feel like, okay, well, you know, 4th place isn't bad. Kart felt good right off the bat. It was still free, so it was like if I would overdrive the car into a corner, it would just snap loose, and I lose a whole bunch of speed. So then I started looking up front, and they were lined up pretty good, so I was kind of worried. But then I started running them down. Jeremy had an issue. He did a couple of changes and forgot to tighten a tie rod. So he started losing some speed, and this is when the kart started to come in. And then I started gaining on the leaders. Now, when I made it through the double left section and the tighter sections of the track, the kart was so hooked up. I had to back the corners up a lot because if I pushed too hard, it would still slide on me. But the kart was just so damn fast, being on the razor edge. Like, that's exactly how I want to feel. I almost want to feel like I'm out of control. That's when you know the kart's fast. If you're always like, oh man, the kart feels great, you know, if it just feels real balanced. Nah, I want to be on that razor edge. If I push too far, I'm just going to lose the rear. But if I get it just right, the kart just goes. And then the fast speed section, the kart was just going. Like, it was by far so damn fast that I was not worried anymore. I wasn't worried. I saw them, they weren't pulling away. And then from here, I was like, okay, I really don't need the draft because I'm going to double lefts, right hander and double left. I'm just going to suck right up on them. And that's exactly what happened. The speed that this kart had in the turns was no joke. I mean, I didn't have to drive. It made me look way better of a driver than I really am. Hands down. Just ecstatic. And then I just ran the leaders down, and after that, once you get in their toe, that's basically a couple more tenths. I still had a good gap behind me to Ron, but Ron was coming. His lap times looked really well when I looked after the race, and basically it was just now let's see if I can make a pass and move forward. I usually give the bump lets Insco know someone's behind him, and he usually makes a move. So here he opens up on Tim but doesn't throw it in, which I was kind of surprised. So I said, okay, probably the next lap or next couple turns he'll open it up and do it again. So I thought here he might make a move. He just stayed in line. And I was not going to sit behind and wait. That was not my goal for this weekend. And at this point, my shoulder was killing me. My neck was really hurting. I was doing everything I could really to hang on. But I wanted to see if I can get up to Ryan. I know I had the speed. I just want to know if I could just get past these guys and get up to him. So I just waited for Insco to make his move. He lost a little bit of Tim, and I made a move on the inside on him. We stayed side by side. It was good hard racing. I was not able to get around him, so then I just wanted to be like, okay, I can get a better run through these double lefts. This car makes a mistake. I get a really good run, and he knows I'm going to make an attack. I open up, he sees me, he lets me go right away, and then bam, I am just on a track. Can I run down the top 2 again? And sure enough, kart was just on fire. This lap, I run them down. I know I'm going to end up catching them quickly. Ryan's kart was just way too free. He just could not keep it down in turns, and Tim just looked a little snug. So once I caught back up, I was already in too much pain to really continue. So I was not going to mess up this race. I just was making sure that I can just run them back down. I got through this double section really well, and then I was back on this back bumper. If I was feeling good, I probably would have waited another lap and then got by Skinner and then tried to run Ryan down. But at this point in time, I did what I wanted to do. Found a good setup for Grands, good test session for Grands. I just need to get a little bit in the physical better side of things. But happy with the results. Kart was on fire. I pulled off and called it good.
Guys, I tried to do it for Dale, but unlike Dale, and unlike Ricky Rudd, I ain't a badass.
That's so bad I make fun of myself.
It's true. I'm pretty sure Ricky Rudd and Dale Earnhardt would have been like, "You fucking pussy." That's basically it. So I have shoulder problems, and you know, after I caught the leaders, I just couldn't take it anymore. And that was it. But the kart did what it needed to do. It was fast. This is by far the fastest kart I have ever driven. That should say something. Because if I can survive the Grands, I'm coming. With vengeance. And I ain't gonna be a pussy. I might. I don't know. Congratulations to Ryan, to LSR Group, the CRG guys. They have made leaps and bounds on these chassis, and it showed huge progress today. Gotta thank Victor Peters, great engine. And of course I gotta thank Mike Smoker for making these mini gears. He wants to take all the credit for everything, but
Can't believe
they do work, right? Thanks guys, catch you guys on track. Catch you on the next one.
I can't believe you